tell y'all a funny joke that happened with Lex the Targaryen. she,
know what you gonna
she,
say.
she knows exactly who Chris Pratt is, right? And
Okay.
she's trying to get her Avengers game up to speed. And so she was like, Mom, what do I need to watch? What do I need to watch? I was like, okay, you need to watch Avengers. The first one, you need to watch Avengers Infinity War. You need to watch Avengers Endgame. And she was like, okay, I can watch it on Disney Plus. I'm like, yeah, you can. You can. Lex, stop trying to hide your face now. Don't do that. Don't do that. The people need to see the real reactions. So I'm thinking, Lex is going to get it and we're going to have a nice conversation. Now, clearly she knows who Chris Pratt is because she picked out this movie. Would y'all believe this woman sent me a DM that said, oh, yeah, I think I seen Avengers. Is that the one with the cute raccoon? I was like, Lord have mercy. That is the very team Chris Pratt is on. I was like, Lex, that's the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Listen, it's a group of somebodies protecting somebodies with powers from somebody. Listen, I be trying to get my nerd on. The only person I've ever obsessed over is Wolverine. Like, oh God,
oh my God. She said the one with the cute raccoon. She done stuck him on the Avengers.
I'm like, that's the one with the raccoon, right? And then after I heard it, I realized I messed up because the Avengers had Iron Man, didn't they? And that's who I love. Out of Marvel, I've seen every Iron Man movie. That I have seen. I love Iron Man. And I think I stayed away from the Avengers because I remember the Black Knight episode, the Dark Knight episode of Game of Thrones, and the Avengers came on the same weekend. And then I remember everybody posting Iron Man died. I was like, oh, I don't want to watch this. Not irony.
Oh, God. Well, here's the thing you got to understand about comics, Lex. Comics, when they was originally written, they always found a way to bring people back because they would figure out who the audience loves the most and they would just shoehorn them into the story. Same thing here. And in the live action films, they always have a way to bring people back because in comics, time, space travel, going back and forth in the future, stuff like that, it's nothing. It's just like me and you going to the bathroom to brush our teeth in the morning. It's gonna happen. It's just what day do you want it to happen and what toothpaste you're using. So you don't got to worry about Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man being dead forever. He's gonna come back, but he is dead for right now in one universe.
That's that Daenerys syndrome. Like Danny ain't gonna be dead forever, but she dead right now. Like,
yeah.
She dead right now.
Yeah. That's how it go. So, oh Lord,
it is. They made an announcement that they're gonna do a continuation. I done told y'all they left the breadcrumbs. I said this years ago. Go back.
You did.
Stream the channel, stream everything we've ever done on Game of Thrones, because first of all, it's worth it. But I'm telling y'all, if you didn't hear it then, mark my words, again in 2025, they left the breadcrumbs of Drogon taking Daenerys elsewhere for a reason. That is it. That is all. My girl is still alive. Thank you. Thank you.
Here is the movie we're going to review, ladies and gentlemen, handpicked by Lex, and you know she only does quality. It is called Mercy, starring Chris Pratt, and it's very interesting. It comes out January 23rd, so be on the lookout for the review. Let me read to you guys the synopsis. In the near future, a detective, Chris Pratt, stands on trial, accused of murdering his wife. He has 90 minutes to prove his innocence. In the advanced, get this, y'all, AI judge, played by Rebecca Ferguson, he once championed before it determined his fate. Now, let me set this up for y'all. The reason why Lex picked this out is because we're living in an age right now where we've got all the tech bros, all the billionaire oligarchs pushing America and the world really to AI. Because AI gets rid of you human beings for work, and it's about time we start talking about survival income, but that's when we get to the politics on the end of this, we can discuss that. But for now, Lex thought it would be interesting to do a review on a movie that's going to have a judge that is AI, which should mean, Lex, if this is an AI judge, this means that this judge should be completely impartial, completely without bias, and should do things right down the middle Or Lex, does it come down to who programs the damn judge? You let us know.
Artificial intelligence, although it is artificial, it can be persuaded and it also can be incorrect. So, because like I said, in order to build it, you have to have it start from somewhere. You know what I mean? So there has to be some sort of impartials or some sort of glitches or some sort of intelligence would not be able to understand emotion. So with that are certain things like, you know, certain judgments where people are sentenced on like passions of crime and things like that. Is that non-existent? Because what is passion to AI? It's what it's been told it is. You know what I mean? Right. So I think this is going to be good. I love all the AI movies. I saw the one with Megan Fox as a nanny. I didn't see 2, unfortunately, but I did love the first Megan. So AI movies kind of get me because it's real. I feel like that's the new horror. We know Chucky is not real. We know Pennywise is not real, but like AI horror is real because it can happen. So
yeah. What are my thoughts on this film, folks? I'm going to do the trailer. We're going to do the trailer because we are serious about bringing our brand of entertainment, the LLs of the internet, to you guys for good purposes, good entertainment, making it fun. We get along very well. We like family, and we think we can push each other to be better. And I think that this kind of movie, if it's written correctly, it can expose what is going on with AI. It can definitely expose it. And I expect this film to expose it because right now, the people that are pushing AI are doing the same thing that happened when the people was pushing the internet when it first came out. They don't want no rules in place. They just want this shit to be the wild, wild west. They want to make as much money as they can before we put regulations on it that can save the people. And what have we already seen with AI? We've got whole young white men having relationships with their ChatGPT. That's what we got. We got whole ass white men living in their mama's basements. Their girlfriend is ChatGPT. Their best friend is ChatGPT. Hell, their mama is ChatGPT. What happens when you have this AI and whoever is putting the data into it to read the inputs that are coming there? What happens with justice? You guys let us know what you think. The movie is Mercy. It comes out January 23rd. Me and Lex are going to be on it. We would love for you guys to follow us and join us with it. We'll do shorts. We'll do the trailer. We'll do spoiler review. We'll make it fun. And we like Chris Pratt. He's cool dude. He's cool dude. You're on mute.
He's animal friendly.
Oh, Lord.
He supports the raccoons.
He does. He loves him a good animal. Speaking of animals, the way me and Lex are going to try to do the movie reviews, she's going to pick one for the month. I'm going to pick one for the month. Until it's like the superhero-y stuff, we might be doing 2 or 3. But for now, she's picking one. I'm going to pick one. So here's mine, ladies and gentlemen. And let me put the poster up. I even got a little clip of the trailer for this before me and Lex react to it. But here's what I'm going to do. Primate, ladies and gentlemen. Now, first of all, y'all just tell me what the hell could go wrong with this. You've got white people embracing a damn orangutan. You know, not a spider monkey like what we seen on January the 6th during the insurrection when all them white folks was looking like spider monkeys. But no, we have a cuddly orangutan that's hanging with white people. And this is what the synopsis says. Very short. A group of friends, tropical vacation turns into a terrifying primal tale of horror and survival. Okay. Clearly, when you hear that, ladies and gentlemen, you know that this cute, ugly ass orangutan is gonna twang. He's gonna change on somebody. And so, Lex, before I let you comment, let's take a look at the trailer to see what kind of trouble can Gary Coleman's little brother get us into. Here we go.
Ben? There's something wrong with Ben.
What's up? You sure this is the right place?
Who the hell has a pet chimp? Okay, Lex, what are your thoughts first? You go first. You go first. I got a lot to say about this. I got a lot to say. Go ahead.
Because clearly she thought she was Jane Goodall, rest in peace. Like, I could see the little cute little finger monkeys. Like, even Michael Jackson got rid of Bubbles after a while. Like, I'm not keeping no grip. So you trying to tell me something that has the intelligence of a human, but stronger than a human, and you want to have it as a pet? Okay. I just feel like they picked the correct species of human to play the roles. But yeah, because I mean, I nobody I know would have a pet because they're not waiting for them to tang tang and then walla walla bing bang. I mean, y'all, it hit the chat. Y'all know somebody that's gonna have a pet. How many people y'all done met in y'all life that done had a pet tang? Not unseen the pet snakes, the giant ones, and it's just, they be at the cookouts and on the shoulder, and that's enough. But a whole monkey? Okay, that's fine. Because it's not enough to keep that in the world.
What are my thoughts about this, ladies and gentlemen? First of all, this might be one of the first movies where the evil monster, the orangutan, I might be rooting for his ass. Because I'm so sick of white people making the same dumbass decisions in movies, okay? I'm going to be rooting for Ben the monkey. First of all, I got a lot of thoughts about y'all naming the monkey Ben. Secondly, as Lex said when she talked about the species, Anglo-Saxons, I'm going to talk about the species of ape, gorilla, monkey, orangutan, spider, whatever you want to call them. They didn't pick a silverback gorilla. That would have been more entertaining, okay? Because them silverback gorillas are like some of the strongest animals on earth. They picked a fucking orangutan. Well, let me call him what he really is, because I don't want folks to say I'm animal racist. He's a chimpanzee. He's probably the most nicest, docile of all the great apes, okay? Lex, first of all, black folks ain't keeping no damn chimpanzee as a pet. That's why you don't see no black folks in the movie. Secondly, orangutans are something that we wouldn't want to keep as a pet. Not me. I drink tang, not pet it. I don't want to be running around here petting orangutans. And lastly, I want to know who greenlit this, because this reminds me of all these animal movies where they try to find like the scariest animal. We had the one with Idris Elba and the lion. You go back to when I was a child, we had the birds, we had Cujo. Those were pretty cool. Those were pretty cool because these are the type of animals you can see human beings, it's minus the lion. You can see human being cool with dogs and birds. And as Lex said, cuddly raccoons. Even though raccoons are crazy, I wouldn't want to be friends with them. You can see that. But in this thing right here, you got Karen reaching out her hand to be friendly with Ben in the red shirt. Stop it. Stop it. Post your comments. Who is going to go into the movie theater rooting for Ben other than me? Let me know what you guys think. Comments down below. Lex, her links is down below. Now, Lex, of these two movies, Primate and Mercy, which one do you want to see the most? You're on mute.
Mercy, definitely. I definitely am curious to see how the primate thing turns out, but definitely Mercy. I feel like that's more like the speed of like mind, but like I just feel like the monkey movie is kind of a short thing. Either they're gonna have to put monkey down, the monkey gonna put them down. There's one or two ways.
Exactly. Is that like, and
or
goodness,
to Monkey at the end and lets Monkey free, and I don't know. I just feel like this is gonna be like one of those stereotypical, like, now why did I watch this? But it has good. This is one of those movies I feel like will put you on to certain people where it's like, oh, I remember her from that bad movie, but like, you know, like they're actually good actors and things like that. I have faith in the actors. I don't know about the screen though. Like I don't know about the storyline, but I have faith in the actors.
Lex said it exactly right, people. There is only about 3 pathways for this movie to end. I'm more excited for Mercy too. So she's gonna win. If Lex doesn't win Best Movie this month, I'll be totally shocked. I'll be totally shocked. You know, Lex, the only way that this could end and it almost be a surprise is if the way they get rid of the monkeys, if they find them a girlfriend. That's it. They find them a girl.
Into the sunset.
Mm-hmm. And I would be scared as hell for that girlfriend if he really gonna be in here killing folks. Cause there ain't no telling what he'll do to the girlfriend once he get her behind them trees. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Moving right along. All right. Okay, here's another hand-picked story by Lex. Okay. It's politics. We're gonna go ahead and start diving into that. So post your comments about what you think. Merry Christmas to everybody. Shout out to everybody who's watching. So happy y'all came to join us on Christmas Eve. You could be eating your Christmas food. You could be, helping your kids either wrap gifts or unwrap the gifts. Either way, you spend a little time with us, and we're very grateful. And we promise this year we're going to put more effort into trying to entertain you guys and get you engaged. We're even thinking about doing a couple of city tours for our fans, come eat with us type of thing, maybe around May when the superhero stuff comes out, some of the power shows come out. We're considering that. So that's why I'm asking where your cities are. That's why I'm asking what do you guys like to watch. And if you just popped in, post your comments down below on what else you're watching outside of Power. It can be documentaries, it can be crime shows, and also tell us what movies you're watching too. Lex picked this one out. Well, Lex really picked out all the political stuff, but I'm in line with what she's saying. We'll first go to Nicki, who's no longer a Minaj unless it's in between white women. Nicki has been twerking it up recently for Trump and MAGA. And Lex, you asked for this. And I'm giving you what you asked for.
Crazy.
you asked for this, Lex. Look, folks, blame Lex and blame B. Avery for bringing me back out. It's their fault because I would have just stuck the door on my little stop.
Yeah, B. Shout out to
and minding my business. I won't gonna bother y'all on YouTube no more. I was about to retire, and they came and wanted me to come back. So here I am. Get ready for it. But Lex, your girl, Nicki Minaj, has been just straight out here, just shaking it fast for Anglo-Saxons. Now, they're saying a lot of this could have something to do with her husband getting a pardon from Trump, blah, 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 blah. But it's easy to see why she's out here shucking and jiving for a criminal, because her husband is a criminal. And so I'm going to let you guys see a video Lex sent me that shows Nicki Minaj on stage with Erica Kurt, the widow of Charlie Kurt, who's certainly not acting like a grieving widow, because every time I turn around, her ass is hugging some man, skinning and grinning so big her ears get wet from smiling, not acting the way I would expect a widow to be acting if her husband was violently shot less than 6 weeks ago. But nonetheless, she's up here on stage with Nicki, and Nicki is just up here sliding across the stage on her ass cheeks for these white folks. Take a look at this, and we'll let Lex get first dibs on this because this just makes me mad.
I have the utmost respect and admiration for our president. This administration is full of people with heart and soul. Oh, Gabby Poo, it only gets worse from here for you, buddy. It's the end of the road for you, my love.
Lord have mercy. Lex, I'm gonna give the floor to you, and I'm just gonna say this before I give it to you. If this is an act or a stunt, it makes it no better. To say that she has the utmost love, respect for Trump, when it's no secret this man, he's a convicted felon, hasn't really shown any remorse for what he did. He's all up and down in them Epstein files, which we're going to cover next. He's been caught on camera several times talking about if you're rich and you're a celebrity, you can grab them by the you know what, and they just let you do it. All right. And she's up here tap dancing like Gregory Hines. Floor is yours, Lex.
Hello?
Yes. Can you hear us? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think we have lost Lex. Let me see here. Okay. All right. Well, while she's getting things together, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and go first. First of all, I've never really listened to Nicki Minaj music like that. I haven't. I popped in maybe around 2017-ish when I heard there was a beef between her and Cardi B. That's all I knew. And then on the back end of that, here comes Meg Thee Stallion, who I really love. I adore Meg Thee Stallion. And I had heard people saying that Cardi B at one point in time was telling people, we shouldn't be talking about politics. Then she started getting into politics. And now that she's into politics, she's in on the right end of politics. Up here high-fiving Erica Kirk, who I'm starting to wonder was her and her husband about to split up before he died anyway. Wearing the hair she done robbed from a horse. Talking about the Trump administration has got heart and soul. Folks, this administration has a place in Florida they call Alligator Alcatraz. 80% of the people in Alligator Alcatraz have not broken laws. None of them. They're torturing these people, and these are the reports coming out from verified sources. They're torturing people down there. They're not giving them the Miranda rights. They're not letting them do anything that is lawful. And of course, I have serious questions about where are the Democrats with their voices to help do something better. We can't expect Florida to do anything better. They're controlled by the same GOP dummies. And for Nicki to really be up here doing this, the question I have, and I'll pose this to Lex, is it worth you doing all this to turn your back on millions of your own people who are being hurt by this administration just to get your husband out of jail? Have we gotten to the point where we're willing to sacrifice the well-being of millions for one person? I mean, that's a legitimate movie plight. She's obviously doing this for her husband, I think. And even if she's doing it for her husband, it doesn't make it right. And she's basically saying, be damned to everybody else. This chick lost 10 million followers the other day and shut her account down because every million followers she lost, Lex, she was losing money with it. And I'm sure that, she's thinking to myself, well, I'm going to get this new right-wing audience. No, the hell you're not. Because Erica Kirk's own husband, a couple of years ago, was talking about how you ain't a role model for women. Floor is yours, Lex.
Well. Before I answer that, we're going to have to take it way back to the year 2007, 2008. My 7th and 8th grade year is when Nicki really blew up on MySpace. I messaged Nicki Minaj as a 7th, 8th grader because I was so obsessed with her music. I was like, oh my God, I love you. I want to do music just like you. Right hand to God, I will take a lie detector test at any time. Nicki replied back because she wasn't that big yet. There was no Young Money yet. This was mixtape Nicki. She's like, you are absolutely the cutest thing. Follow your dreams, blah, 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 blah. Decades damn later, I never thought this is something off. Something is wrong. Because this cannot be the I just had an epiphany. I need to go to Tiffany, Nicki. This cannot be gotta go. Let me get the car keys, Nicki. This cannot be Roman Nicki. I don't know who this woman is. I don't know if Nick, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know. It's been so many stories, and nobody lives in a house with her, so nobody knows what's going on. People say that they keep her loaded up so that they can swipe away. I don't know how true that is.
Whoa, wait a minute. Loaded up with what?
I don't know.
What? Wait a minute.
I don't know. I will not. Nobody's ever gonna put words in, and I'm not gonna. I don't know. I don't live there.
No,
but people are saying that Nick. People are just saying that Nick be, on stuff. I don't know what kind of stuff Nick be on, but they be saying she on stuff like. Excuse me,
mean the stuff
on my face? I'm so sorry. Like my bad, y'all. Because I'm not anything. I don't know.
Like the kind of stuff like Trump's sons be doing, or the kind of stuff that Bill Cosby was doing. Oh.
I don't know. What I know is people are speculating that Nicki might be heavily sedated when she be going out. I don't know how true this is, or when she be going on her rants, and some of it be making sense and some of it don't. I do not know. What I do know is that it's no way the same Nicki that I grew up with. This is the same. I don't know what the bloody hell done happened, but it is something severely wrong, because there is no way a true person of color, heavy on a true person of color, would ever endorse anything from this administration. There's no way on God, on Black Jesus Earth, it would be. There's
technically no Christian should endorse anything with this administration.
Anything. Because last time I checked, Erica got kicked out of Romania or something because kids was going missing from an orphanage. Oh, I'm talking too much. Oh. But you can fact check that, because the one thing Lex don't do is lie. One thing the Khaleesi will never do is lead her people astray. Do your research on where she can't go. Okay? And I don't know. I can't imagine my husband having a leaky neck on Monday and me being booed up on Tuesday.
That's all I'm saying. And this does not look like the face of someone who's still in pain from losing their loved one of all them years. I mean,
you got Nicki character energy. It's given. I'm glad.
Yes.
It's given, because she was probably oppressed in her own daggone household. He talking about. But keep in mind, people. Charlie is the newest person to it. Erica knew Trump for quite some time because she was in pageants. Oh,
no, we don't do that here. Whatever you're gonna say, you finish it on this channel. We know what she was up to, and now the rumor behind Erica is that her and Lady JD Vance got something going on, which is why I say Nicki is no longer Minaj unless it's between the booty cheeks of white women such as Erica Kirk and JD Vance, as she sits there and looks like the Wicked Witch of the damn West. I wish she would hop on her mop and float her ass on up out of here, because you cannot be supporting these people with the heinous things you're seeing going on, with them sending ICE all over the place. These are the same people, Lex, that claim they love the military. They claim they love the police, yada, yada, yada. But they took money from the police and the military to put it in the ICE, because that's the only real legitimate forces that the executive branch can control and do whatever they want to do with. It's a hitman squad. And Nikki, you sitting up here supporting this. No, thank you. You are no longer called Nicki the Minaj. No thanks. Post your comments, y'all. Let us know.
Girl, your name is Onika Tanya Mirage. They automatically thinking at you like we finna deny the credit score. If it was up to Kirk Nem. You can't be that stupid, Nick. You cannot be that dumb. I don't care what you trying to do. I understand that you want your husband to be able to attend Papa Bear graduations and be able to go to Disney World without renting the whole thing out. Hell, I want that for you. But this ain't the way to do it, Smooch. We been around for a minute since you had the thin bang. Don't play Nikki. Listen. I've been listening to you longer than I had boobs, girl. Cut it out.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Cut it out. Cut it out, Nick. Because I'm tired.
Did you have to go there when the next subject is talking about kids under the age of 15? Lex, you didn't have to go.
That was the perfect segue.
God, ladies and gentlemen, post your comment. We're getting ready to go to a segment about grown-ass men that love to mess with young girls. And I have a lot of things to say about that because we know what that is all about for the most part. Now, I will have to say, Lex, I am biased because the majority of my life, the type of women that have been attracted to me have always been older. The person I married is older. The person I dated before her for a decade was older than me. And so I'm biased. I enjoy the challenge of someone who is willing to give insight back that has life intelligence. But we're dealing with a group of people, rich white men, who feel entitled to everything. They don't want to be challenged on anything. And we're at the epicenter of Epstein. So let me lob this up for you. We're going to talk about some things that came out in them files this week. But I think it's safe that before we do that, we need to hear from one of the survivors of the Epstein situation that had an incident with Donald Trump back in the day that can categorically tell you he was around, he was involved, and this woman was recorded before now. So post your comments, let me know what you think. But here's one of the survivors.
Maria was in her early 20s when she was hired and abused by Jeffrey Epstein in the mid-1990s. During that time, she witnessed firsthand how close her boss was to Donald Trump.
Epstein said when Trump and his wife divorced, Ivana, he said, I inherited Trump and Ghislaine inherited Ivana. And so you'll see Ivana at the house a lot and you'll see Trump at the offices, but the twain will never cross. They'll never meet.
It was in Epstein's Manhattan office that Maria claims she had a disturbing encounter with the now president.
First time I met him was the night before I started my job. And Epstein said, I need you to come up to the offices. And I was like, it's 9 o'clock at night, you know? And I guess I'll just run up there. And he said, okay. So I get there and I'm all sweaty in running shorts. Donald Trump walks in and he was really strange. And he stood, hovering and smirking, like all knowing, like omniscient grin, like a Cheshire grin. So I went. I made I don't know, it was just an instinct. I made the ugliest face I could think of. And Epstein thought it was adorable. He walked out and he goes, oh, no, Maria, no, she's not here for you. Just like that. He emphasized, she's not here for you. He goes, come with me. And he escorts Trump. So here's Epstein's part. He escorts Trump into this other room. And Trump utters, under his breath, he mutters, oh, I thought she was 16. And I thought that was just really weird. Like, it was beyond locker room talk.
Maria says she never saw Trump behave inappropriately, and the White House has contested her version of events, insisting the president never visited Epstein's offices. So when the White House says Donald Trump was never at Jeffrey Epstein's offices, is the president lying?
Oh, my heavens, yes. Yes, he's lying. Yes.
Lex, Before we go into the news of Epstein himself, I'm gonna say this to you. You know what makes me so mad about the people that voted for Trump? They knew this. They knew this. And Lex, they would rather, as I said in the beginning of this video, than to have a qualified, super qualified Black woman. They would rather put a person in there whose policies they know good and damn well are going to be for the rich, who is a convicted felon, who is caught on camera saying grab him by the P-U-S-S-Y, who is caught on camera saying when you're rich and powerful, you can just kiss them. These are all the type of things that you basically would hear from the inside of the mind of a person who would be a grapist. And folks, when I say grapist, I'm not talking about busting something in a food fight. That's not what I'm talking about. And millions of Americans still went out there and voted for this. And the part that I'll never forgive them for, on top of this, Lex, you sat here 4 years ago and you saw this man incite a violent riot to insurrect these United States from democracy. And you are the same people who always run around beating folks across the head with a fucking Bible, talking about, do you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? Not from you, I don't, fucker. Floor is yours. Talk to me about that victim. And do you think that what she's saying is truthful? Because hell, I do.
I believe everything she said. I believe everything she said. I believe anything. I believe everything negative anybody says about Donald Trump. Because over and over and over and over and over and over and over, it is just proven that he does it. Like, being American is so embarrassing right now. It is so I don't even say nothing. Just where you from? The Northeast? That could be anywhere. Just it is so embarrassing. He's a freaking idiot that has no business being in power. You get caught in a lie all the time. He is the first president to incite a riot, not get any punishment for it. Everything he does, there's no repercussions. Like, the powers that be are still mad that a Black man ran a country for 8 years, and they are doing everything they can to pull everything back. And this is an administration of playing in your face. Like, if you are not, like, the kids are screwed. Like, I feel like the 90s babies and possibly the early 2000s, we was the last to actually get it. We was the last with textbooks, everything. We grew up with the internet, so we know before. We know books. We know stuff that was taught. Our teachers were the aunts, the big mamas, the lunch ladies was the aunties, and that's done now because they're dying off, or they retired. But that we know, they taking stuff out of books. You got the freaking vice president making announcements talking about and now in America, you don't have to apologize to be white. When you're born white, your ass is automatically kissed. When you're born Black, you get popped and put out the hospital with dead about 48 hours later. Let's talk about it. So I don't get it. Like, nothing surprises me with him. The pictures have dropped. Several things have dropped. People have talked about it. He was out here hitting people with the Bill Cosby. He was out here grabbing people. He was out here touching people. And that's why old boy randomly died in his cell. Killed himself.
It wasn't random, ladies and gentlemen. He had to die because way too many powerful people are involved in this thing. And one thing that I always tell people when you vote, if you're middle class and below, or even if you're upper middle class and below, the people who are in the top 10% that act like they don't like each other in front of the camera, be behind closed doors trying to screw the same underage girls. Like, every hole these women have, they're trying to put something in it. And shout out to Javon 3300. He says, please, if you haven't done it, go back and watch Lamont's January 6th episode he did right after the riot. Powerful stuff. Javon, it's perfect you said that, because if they do go back and watch that episode, everything I said that would happen if we didn't do justice for what we saw is coming to place right now. It was almost like I was a prophet teller. A prophet teller. And yes, folks, I am mad with Biden too. I'm mad with Biden. I'm mad with Merrick Garland because they didn't put the pedal to the metal, which they should have done, but they didn't. They tried to play nice politics. They literally thought they was going to a fruit fight with Uzis. You can't go to a fruit fight when your opponent has Uzis. You got to play dirty. But having said that, let's talk about the new dirtiest player in the game. It's Trump. It ain't Ric Flair no more, people. The dirtiest player in the game is Trump. And this week in the Epstein files, it came out that Trump and Epstein tried to grape a 14-year-old and to support the depravity in Epstein's mind. Do y'all remember this name? Larry Nassar, the Ohio State doctor that was molesting, raping, groping, touching girls from ages 12 to like 24 and got away with it. There's a person from Ohio right now that was on a wrestling team that helped cover it up for this guy. Let's take a listen to what the news was about Epstein writing a letter to this guy, and then we'll react to it.
Trump's name is actually listed in the latest release of the Epstein files, and it's bad. Really bad. Starting with this letter from Epstein to Larry Nassar while he was in jail. A reminder, Larry Nassar is the disgraced Olympic doctor who was found to have abused hundreds of young girls. In the letter, written in 2019, Epstein says that our president also shares our love of young nubile girls. When a young beauty walked by, he loved to... Several documents have also been leaked, which includes notes that Trump traveled on Epstein's private jet more times than previously reported, including during the period we would expect to charge in a Maxwell case. Another leaked document suggests that Mark Epstein thinks Trump killed his brother. Others show that Trump's name has been redacted from documents that provide graphic descriptions from a friend of a survivor about Trump's comments about doing things to her. There's also mounting evidence that the DOJ is redacting names of all government officials who were mentioned in the files, which they legally weren't allowed to do. The only thing they were meant to scrub is the names of survivors, which they failed to do, and they chose instead to protect those in power.
Lex, the man wrote a letter to a person who's in jail convicted. Now, let me bring this all together for you, all right? Birds of a feather flock together. Let me put this picture up here so you can see the flock. Here you have Jeffrey Epstein with a bunch of people who have been known to mess with people underage. Woody Allen, number one, adopted an Asian girl, wound up marrying the girl damn near when she turned 18. Exhibit A. He sends a letter to Nassar. We already know why he's in jail. That's Exhibit B. And then you got up here the Barclays guy. The guy used to be the CEO of Barclays, who they didn't file the charges against him, but got caught with like some prostitute that was like 16. And then, of course, we've already seen where the letter came out about Trump and Epstein and the 18-year-old girl. So, Lex, where there's smoke, there's definitely fire. And will they be able to take Trump down after the Democrats have a blue tsunami in the midterms?
Do you mean in the sense of like getting him impeached, or because that red mother effer, he gonna finish his 4 years. There's nothing, as sucky as it is, there's nothing that you can do with him, and he knows that, and that's why he's acting like that, because he's in a freaking cult. He has cult fan bases. He has cult people in politics. Once again, it all comes back to y'all are just so mad at Obama. You just gonna try to whitewash history and whitewash everything this ink stain does. He ain't finna get hit with nothing. He finna walk around scot-free like he been doing. Donald Trump is the kind of person that just has to burn in hell forever because he can't catch it on earth. He too evil.
Well, that bothers me because everybody don't believe in heaven and hell. And we just know that in life, oftentimes it seems like the people that are the most abhorrent seem to be the ones that get away with everything, and the people that are actually doing good are the ones that die young. And with Trump, the issues that opposition face with him, you have a Supreme Court that he put in there that's doing his bidding. Right now, he's got the Senate and the House, but that could flip. But my issue is, I don't even think we should try to impeach him. For what? If you're not going to throw his ass in jail, why are we trying to impeach him? Secondly, you do impeach him, and then you got the drag queen, J.D. Vance, who I can tell you would probably be as dangerous or even more dangerous because he's not going to be as overt with his stuff as Trump is. And so to me, it's kind of like, if you're not going to put him in jail right now, just make it difficult for his agenda to get out. And then when the Democrats win in 2028, you've got to put somebody in office that is going to play the game the way the Republicans play it, Lex. None of this nice shit. None of this, well, if we do the right thing, the people that voted in the middle of come back. No. Stop that shit. You have allowed Trump and MAGA to swing the pendulum so far to the right that this country needs an overcorrection back to the left, which means you're going to have to expand that court. You're going to have to fix healthcare in this country. You're going to have to de-strip Linda fucking McMahon and everything she's doing with education. You got to fix that. And then, Lex, you're going to ultimately have to put justice in place that is not making people feel good. It's not codifying. It's punitive. The number one terrorist organization that Trump's boy Ray, when he was the head of the FBI, said was white nationalists. That was the number one terror organization in America. Why I ain't seen none of them go to jail? Matter of fact, Lex, I've seen Trump release the insurrectionists and some of those white nationalists. Floor is yours. Will Trump ever do any justice for being in the Epstein files?
So I love how I've been chill this whole episode. Load me up for a Jakari's cousin, because it's finna be a 2-part answer.
Okay.
So first off, I want to address one of the comments that's happening right now. So I don't know if you, Jenna, Scott, whoever you are new to the channel, but I'm going to need you to fall in line or F off. Because first of all, nobody over here at this channel and this family, and that's fans versus us as well, will ever support somebody like this who has said so many things negatively about people of color. You can never have somebody save our country who's a draft dodger, says the veteran. You can never have somebody save our country who lied to get in office, cheated with proof from Putin the first time. Second time he went in office, he got in based off lies, and he is the only president, once again, put up for causing riots, okay? People dying on the steps, okay? And trust and believe, sweetie, if those same supporters looked like me and Lamont, it would have been blood still getting scrubbed off the steps. So what I'm gonna need you to do is put your little seatbelt on. I'm gonna hold your hand and push you off the cliff of denial, because either you're mentally incapable or you're just dumb. Pick a side. Now, to answer your question, cousin, no, I don't think he's going to get hit with things like that. I don't think he is, because we know who he is. We know what he does. He can pay off anything. Personally, I do think it might be a scandal later on after his presidency that drags it. This might be the opening of it. You know what I'm saying? But he's going to finish his 4 years for sure.
Okay. Well, the thing is, I agree with that. And the thing that I'm wanting to see is, once he's done, not only do you have got to take care of him and everybody in that administration, but you've also got to go undo the bull job he's done, all while forward looking. And I don't know if I see many Democrats that would have the kahunas to do that, because Democrats like to play this nice game. Jasmine, yeah,
AC, Big Jazzy and AC.
I like Jasmine, but if the country
They're not ready for
rejected,
her. They not
no,
ready.
they're not. If they rejected Kamala, oh, they're gonna hard pass on her. The only black person that's a woman that posed great
Auntie,
and who,
Auntie,
yeah,
and she ain't gonna do it.
yeah.
She said,
And
"Don't
she
waste
said she
my
ain't gonna
time."
do it.
Because she said, "Don't waste my time."
That's what
But
she
I
said.
said this before. The Democratic Party screwed us. You want to be technical? Let's take it back before Biden. They should have put Bernie in office. Bernie Sanders
yeah.
should have went in office.
Mhm.
That would have changed so much. Like after the fact, like Bernie, I personally think Bernie Sanders would have been a freaking excellent president. That's just my opinion. We will never know, but I rock with Uncle Bernie. Now, like I said before, the Democratic Party has literally screwed us. Okay, screwed us. The moment, first of all, letting Joe run again from the rip was absolutely stupid. And then I think they thought in their mind, I really do think that they thought that out. Like we're gonna slide her in at the last minute and people gonna be so excited, votes is gonna, and it backfired. At no time were you about to have a double immigrant woman of color. You got a Jamaican Indian woman, and y'all thought she was about to, like, say it out loud. It's effed up, but it's true. Did you honestly think that was a good idea? It wasn't. And I knew she wasn't going to win. The moment they put her in the forefront, I said, here it go. Trump going back in. Everybody, let's don't be negative. I'm not being negative. I'm being honest. Because it is what it is. When they had Beyonce and them on stage, I said, oh, damn. She desperate for votes. Beyonce don't even come outside.
I can recall people was telling me, Lex, people still owe me money right now for when Trump won the first time. They do. Because and of course all the people that owe me money is white in 2016.
Who ran against him the first time?
Hillary Clinton.
Stupid ass. Yeah. If a white woman wasn't going to win, you thought a double immigrant was? Jesus.
Not only that, but a double immigrant who didn't even win the primary. She wasn't even close in the primaries. They thought they was going to be able to shoehorn her in. I'm gonna tell you what they calculated and how they messed it up. Number one, they calculated that they thought that the American people would be so turned off by the insurrection, but what they failed to calculate is just how racist and misogynistic the American people are. That's what they didn't calculate. They legitimately thought that these folks that run around thoughts and prayers and I love my country and all that shit, they really thought that these people was about that. No, these people are WWE. They like the platitude that comes from saying I love Jesus and I love the country. But when it's time to but when it's time to put it to work, meaning that you need to be working for the good of everybody in the country, they don't want that shit. They don't want to hear none of it. They want to go to where they think white is right and sit on their high horse and then give us the scraps, minorities and anybody else, and then women too, because they don't really like women no more than what y'all can do for them. And the Democrats calculated this completely wrong, and they need to quit listening to those posters, Lex, and they need to also stop fucking around with AIPAC, because AIPAC pays them the same money that they pay Republicans. It's just that Republicans have the dumbest voting block that will get two pieces of information that they don't research and think is fact and go to the polls and vote on it, like this guy that you just cussed out. Like
the funny part, like no, seriously, because we appreciate you being a fan, Jenna, but newsflash, you're a civilian, I'm a veteran. I tell you what to do. You're my subordinate. Hoo-yah. Anyway, I think that it's so much that they just did not factor in. You know what I'm saying? And if they would have actually sat down and factored it in, and by factor in, I mean all points of views. You need to have people at the table when you're really planning these election things that look like me, that don't look like me, that look like this person, that look like that person. You need an overall, because one message can be perceived many different ways. So you need a commonality, and they did not have that. You know what I'm saying? They had their vision and then they threw it out and it did not stick. And now we're in the BS that we are.
And they're still not listening. They're still not listening. Look at how hard they fought Mamdani, who, if I had to pick someone to run for president, it would be Mamdani. Because that man,
so much.
That man stuck to his fucking principles. When he was in the office with Trump, and they asked him, do you still think Trump is a fascist? Trump shut him down before he could say yes, because Trump knew he was going to say, yeah, he's a fascist. Trump was like, no, they're going to ask you these, blah, blah, blah. Mamdani would be the best person to run for president if we had to have, because he is not pulling no punches in New York. He's taxing the rich the way they should be taxed. He supports minorities. He supports all people's religion if you're doing it right, if you're not out here trying to impose your religious ideology on everybody. And on top of that, he supports the LGBT community, and he understands that the social safety net for everybody is the way we all rise, and not waiting for 1% to 2% of the people to trickle down money and beg them hand and foot. So if I had to pick somebody, give me Mamdani. And I think that if Mamdani could run a race the way he just did, he could be president. The Khaleesi, he could definitely be president.
No, that's not gonna happen. It'll be a cold day in hell before that man is president. Not gonna happen.
I mean, AIPAC is in his way. Like
let me tell you something. America will put a black man in office before any other. We're not getting a Mexican president no time soon. We're not getting a Chinese president no time soon. We're not getting an Indian president no time soon. Not that they do not deserve to be. If we're the melting pot, be that. But you want to keep it a stack. You know who I would love to see as the president? I want a 100% Native American president. That's what I want. I want a Native American president. I'm talking about the walk down to the White House is typical. It's feathers and eagles every damn where. And I mean that respectfully, because I'm Indian. You know what I'm, Native American. But I want, that's what the country deserves. Let's talk about it. That is what it deserves.
Lex, if they won't let a woman do it, do you really think that, in all honesty, the people who have the highest ranking of this land that we call America is the Native Americans? Because let us not forget, the Europeans came here and stole it from them. They would not dare.
You repeat that again, because I don't think they heard you in the back. The Europeans did what?
The Europeans came here and stole this land from the Native Americans. And actually, they stole it from the Queen, too, because they were sent here by the Queen to explore these lands to use for Europe. And when they got here, they was like, F the Queen. And then they met these people that was here. They helped them a little bit. And then they infected them with their European diseases, lied to these people about what they want to do.
Rats are not native to North America, people. All of these centuries later, and we still suffering, especially New Yorkers. Rats. They come from off yonder. They're not native.
There you have it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've done enough damage for one day. Please be sure to come back sometime. Check us out next week. We definitely will be here Monday, and we're probably going to be here Tuesday. We're working on what we're going to craft for Tuesday, so get ready. We are also thinking about doing Stranger Things. We got that. And what's the name of that series you was talking about, Lex? The Good Girls Guide to Murder.
I should have had the book right here, shouldn't I? So it is a book, guys. It is called The Good Girls Guide to Murder. It is also on Netflix. So I, of course, bought the book. And if you are a book reader, stay tuned. I will be doing book clubs on my channel and Twitch. The first book that will be covered will be The Housemaid. Everybody, the movie just came out. So stay tuned, cousin. Now excuse me, y'all, you right there looking at the screen, you right there on the TV, you right there looking from your phone. Okay, thank us, okay, because the way we finna have y'all laughing, crying, excited, clapping, pushing your children to bed, trying to give them melatonin, talking about some shut up, Ma and Lex on. That's what it is, all 2076. So be ready. Turn your notifications on right now. Get the turning.
Keep them on, folks, and be ready for when we come to a city near you. And until that next Sexy as Hell video, since we did politics, let me give you all my outro whenever we talk politics. From that bad, you know what? Here we go.
Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built